Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Secrets of the Sire. Welcome back to Dante Lawson and Fika Leone. Welcome back, Periscope. We didn't have you last week, but we got you this week. Welcome, Facebook Live viewers as well.
Did Fika Leone miss us?
No, but Dante Lawson said he binged about 6 to 7 episodes last week.
Really?
We love you.
Really? Was he stuck in an elevator or something like that?
I don't care how they do it. As
All
long
right.
as they do it.
I'm sure that story has context, though.
We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, talkradio.nyc. We talk comics, movies, TV, pop culture.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, well, basically, yes. Essentially, we're doing this, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening.
You can't stop us. You can't stop us.
You can't stop the signal.
It's ladies' night, and it's very exciting, and I guess my Facebook feed is not doing what it's supposed to do. But
there we go. There's the technical difficulties.
Well, it's kind of that's
just kind
fun.
of like a standard opener,
right? That's just fun at this point. And we got Saints Girl 878 that joined as well. I want to welcome my co-host Hassan Godwin.
Welcome me.
And you're the Lord of the Radio, as
still
the self-proclaimed.
Well, who else is going to make me the Lord of the Radio but me?
I mean, you should have other people like congratulating you. You know, as
I should.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Tell everybody to congratulate me. They do what you say.
Well, essentially, yes. So, all right, we're live on talkradio.nyc. We'll be live up on the Facebook feed shortly. I believe we are on the Facebook feed now. We talk comics, movies, TV, pop culture. Today we got a great guest, and we also have some great new interns. We want to give a wave to our interns. Wave. That's Dari. That's Trista. They will be joining us for the summer, duration of the summer. You got to love free labor. That's what it's all about.
The life jackets are in the back.
I mean,
you'll need them.
Molding today's youth. And,
too late, man. Too late.
You know, blah, 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 blah. But no, it's actually very appropriate. We have two wonderful ladies who are now our interns. We have a wonderful woman's business coach, Sarah Walton, joining us.
Yes, we do.
Because we are going to be talking about the movie of the summer today.
It's going to give this sinking ship a lady's touch. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be like throw pillows and
I was more upbeat.
Potpourri all over the place.
Like one. Well, it's very sexist of you.
Yeah.
Okay. as long as you admit it. No, we are talking Wonder Woman tonight. But first, this week's deal. Go to the mystery box. It's mystery box, baby. You gotta love the mystery box. The official superhero stuff hero box, a monthly mystery box packed full of superhero awesomeness. It makes a great gift for that superhero fan in your life. $79 worth of stuff for just $49. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com.
Deal.
That's a huge deal. Plus, it's a mystery,
deal.
So we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's $30 of mystery.
Facebook.com/secrets of the Sire. Go click on the shop now button and enjoy. It's
shop tomorrow or shop anytime.
Yeah, you could shop anytime you want to.
That's the beauty of like the home media.
We also want to take some bragging rights here. I want to brag for a quick shout out to a past guest, Christopher T. Wood. His movie Time to Kill is in development at Amazon, thanks to us.
Nice,
clearly.
Nice. Yeah.
Go to us.
We did that ourselves. We strong-armed them.
Well, I believe so.
We went over there and we beat a couple of people up, and that's how that happened.
So take that, Fika Leone.
We need to do deals like that for ourselves.
We matter. So for our interns, Fika Leone is actually our resident troll. He started trolling us, and now he continually just chimes in and still trolls us. Mm-hmm. Still wishes my face would melt on fire, burn us down.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
But we like this
dedicated.
guy, so that's good.
He's a dedicated troll.
Go to studios.amazon.com, sign in, type Time to Kill in the search icon in the upper right, and find his movie. Give it a 5-star rating. Help it get made at Amazon, and this way he can come on the show as like a famous guy, and we'll get more famous.
Thank us,
yeah,
and then help us.
That's right.
In the many things that we want to do.
And Dante Lawson chimes.
Works.
Yeah, Dante Lawson chimes in on Periscope. It wouldn't be the show without Fika Leone.
No, it wouldn't.
One of these days.
He's been here since I've been here. Since before I've
exactly.
Been here.
So we're going to talk about the wonderful. So Wonder Woman is like huge, right? Like Wonder Woman is like, I feel like the Earth is moving with this movie coming out. Yeah, like physically. Well, no, not like she's not physically huge.
Oh,
I mean, she's very well strengthened and
she's toned. She's muscly.
She's very toned. Very.
Right.
That's a good word.
Right.
No, but I'm saying like I feel like this movie.
You mean like preeminent? Like Like okay.
Well, I think this is like an earth-shattering event. It's not just a movie. Like I haven't felt like this maybe since Force Awakens. coming in. We're not talking about post Force Awakens. We're talking about pre Force Awakens, right?
Yeah, but I'm just thinking,
like the hype.
When you talk about pre, then you think about the post.
But there's a couple things, right? I mean, we're talking about the hope of it. We're talking about like the hype. There's controversy.
Yeah, there's plenty of that. There's plenty of that.
I feel like this is going to be huge.
I feel it's kind of a yo-yo.
Right?
It's kind of yo-yoed because it started out and it was kind of like it's going to be under the radar. We're just going to do this. So hopefully this will be good. There's a chance for it. And then as we were getting closer, remember we were starting to get some early
right. We got some early news from a guest.
Where people are coming back saying it's good, but it's just okay.
Right.
And then
one of our guests, Jeff Gomez, even alluded to the fact the script was not as
right.
It needed help.
Right.
Like it needed
but this
help.
was many months ago.
This is which they have time to fix, which is good, and time to kill.
As we were getting closer to it. Then there was a lot of rumblings online that it wasn't getting enough publicity. That people were trying to bury it.
Right.
And then this Zack Snyder stuff happens. Like all this stuff is really weird. And now suddenly there's a lot of hope is riding on this movie.
But see, I think that's coming from the fact that it's Wonder Woman, and I think it segues into our first topic tonight. So, big uproar online. The Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, chain based in Austin, Texas, said it would host 5 women-only screenings of Wonder Woman in Austin and New York. The announcement led to both praise and complaints from various online corners. Benny Rose, previous guest as well, joining us. Dan Lawson, boom, now he's on the Facebook feed too. He's everywhere, I love.
He's all over the place.
He's everywhere. So Wonder Woman Alamo Drafthouse, for anybody who doesn't know, they do
run by
really
guys.
cool
So there was a guy. It was a man's event. It was run by men, and they said, what will be good publicity for this big. For this, big Wonder Woman thing is just have a whole bunch of ladies' nights, which is pretty much what bars do on a regular basis. Except,
but the guys are allowed to hit on the girls when that's like the whole point of the ladies' night.
Yes, but there are ladies'
It
themes.
actually contributes to a very seedy culture.
Bars have ladies' themes, though.
Yes.
They are notorious for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just a hybrid of that. This is nothing. This is nothing utterly abnormal.
No, but it is in a way, right? I mean, it's celebrating this. This culmination of the ultimate feminist icon, right? I mean, this is the Wonder Woman.
I wouldn't be able to.
I can't. So we can't comment on.
I don't know if it's the ultimate feminist icon.
Interns, is it the ultimate feminist icon, Wonder Woman, or one of the ultimate? One of the okay.
There you go. See,
Darius,
see.
Well, she can say that.
Well, that's perspective, though. See, you were about to hit it with no perspective.
She's like 19. What does she know?
I'm not touching that one.
Yay, interns! Welcome aboard.
Too late.
No, but I mean, I think that
the lawsuits are already being filed.
We have. No, I had them sign a paper, and at the end, it's like
they got the social media.
Hassan. Just Hassan.
Yeah, but Hassan's not my real name.
I even gave Sam an out there too. It's
the problem is
any legal complaints.
Hassan's not my real name. It's not even my legal name, so it doesn't matter.
No, but they have. I think overall we're seeing this as like an ultimate feminist icon. We're seeing it as this ultimate thing.
We as men are seeing it because it's a woman.
But naturally, it's excluding men now at the Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of guys excluding other guys, which is not exactly abnormal.
So
again.
So they're just cock blocking.
Yes,
essentially.
I want the women to myself.
What if this was all an elaborate scheme?
That's what I'm talking about. It's not.
Like we're gonna lure them all in.
If a guy decides I don't want any more guys in this room, I just want all the women in here. It's not sexist. It's not. Well, it's not discriminatory. It is sexist, but it's not discriminatory.
Before the show, I actually told the interns, I was like, I'll show you my show outline. We'll see where we're gonna go with it. And this just took a complete like a left.
That's why I never read the outlines.
It's like a spleft.
I don't.
Like
bother
we invented
with that
a direction here.
You can direct it all you want. I'm not going that way. I'm the Lord of the Radio.
Let me ask you a question though, and this is very apropos here.
Yeah, okay. I like
what
apropos.
Happens if they do
and apricots?
If they did an all African American viewing of Black Panther next year?
Why not?
But I mean,
how did you know I was planning that? Who told you?
Shoot,
damn African Americans.
Would that be? Well, we see the. I bet you, and this is my opinion on something like that.
Here's what we're gonna do. If Sam Leibowitz hosted an all African American party for the Black Panther.
Like Leibowitz, like Lieber, like Lebo.
If he hosted an all African American party for Black Panther, it wouldn't be discriminatory. See how it works? See, these are little social loopholes that we get ourselves out of.
Okay,
right?
I'm going to go the opposite direction though.
If a guy
I don't think there'd be an uproar at all.
It doesn't matter. Well, but whether they would or wouldn't would just be testimony of the tolerance, the social tolerance of the time.
Okay,
right? Because there could be a time when that would be a very bad thing, as societally speaking, and then there could be a time when nobody really cares, nobody blinks, right? So all I'm saying is we have no gauge on what the climate's going to be when that movie comes out, whether we pull a party stunt like that or not. I'm saying a way we can get out of that, and say it's not a racial thing, or say it's not a discriminatory thing. Okay, since you're
I'm not gonna nitpick that.
No, not this time.
No, you know what it was when you said Lieberwitz. It reminded me of like people that are like, I have an idea, and it's like they say idea. It was like it's just pet peeve.
I'm going to be waiting, right? You're going to mess up tonight, right? I'm going to be right there.
I mess up every night.
Yeah,
like, you're just very polite.
And I try to leave you alone about it because
I keep saying no.
You're horrendous. What
mistakes,
you do to English is cruel and unusual. But all right, fair enough. Anyway, that's how you get out of it.
Now, Dan T. Lawson chimed in. At least it's not a man bashing like Ghostbusters. That's a good question, right? I think women in general have a harder
was
time.
A humor bashing kind of experience,
or humorless.
No, it was killing humor.
It was killing humor.
It was murder of humor.
I gotcha. It was just terrible. I would say this though. I think that
why not let the ladies get together and enjoy Wonder Woman? What's
that Pearl Jam line? It's supposed to just be fun. It's supposed to be just fun.
I don't know what you're doing now. Are you singing?
Yeah, that was me.
We don't sing here.
We actually do.
No, we don't.
Really good. No. It's really good.
No, we don't. Not really good.
No, but I think at the end of the day, I think women have it a lot harder. I think that was my point with bringing in the African American screening. I bet you there would not be an uproar about an all African American screening of Black Panther next year as much as what's going on now with the all Wonder Woman screening, because I think anytime you take
those men's rights activists who want to pretend that men are just as oppressed as women or as repressed.
No, I think
women.
It's more or less. I think it's the opposite effect. I think that when you go out there and declare I want to be included in everything, and then you do something that's visibly exclusive, you're naturally going to get called out.
Right, and that's a typical argument to that. But we're also and we're often overlooking the fact that they're usually excluded, which is why they have to cry for inclusion in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're on a level playing field.
Is it the chicken and the egg?
It's not like I'm just saying. Yes, it's absolutely chicken and the egg, and I don't know which one is the chicken and which one is the egg, but it's absolutely not a level playing field.
So
there you go.
That
argument is over.
When we come back, we're going to actually talk about the movie. Is this the trip to Money Island?
How are we going to be able to talk about the movie? We haven't seen it.
Oh,
you got plans? All right. And in this commercial break, we're going to figure that whole thing out.
No, we're going to do it live on air.
That's a good idea. That's a good use of our time.
You're saying there's preparation work? What?
Not for me, there is.
When we come back, Wonder Woman. Well, see, I just did it. Blah, 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 blah. Wonder Woman set to conquer the box office. Will she break the superhero movie mold?
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Do you want to connect with?
Are you an entrepreneur or intrapreneur looking to build your following?
Welcome to our show.
Follow Me Friday with Joan
and Priya.
Tune in every Friday at noon Eastern
on talkradio.nyc.
We're your digital connectors. Woo woo! What's that?
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
We're going to keep it superficial.
Just a brass tacks.
We are very superficial people in general, so we're going to stick to... Well, I'm a very superficial person.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I'm a book by the cover kind of person.
I'm a great guy. I'm not superficial at all.
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every week. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on talkradio.nyc. Give us a call. We always love to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. 877-480-4120.
I don't want it to talk to anyone.
Secrets of the Sire is brought to you by all of our beloved patrons. We have dedicated fans, Einar Peterson, Matt Byer, John Hoff III, Ashley Haikai.
Not her name.
Our program director, Stephanie Dolce. Our executive producer, Steve Hovecki, Brian Phillips, and Christina Gillen. And as always, our Uber fan, Christina Dolce.
Fix.
We were talking Wonder Woman. We talked about the controversy a little bit. I think we all agree. Yes, just let's. I think women have it harder. I just think, plain and simple, I think they have it harder. I think this presidential election showed that they have it harder, right?
I wouldn't disagree.
I think in general, what was the South Park line? Women can be anything they want. They just can't be president. Like that was a line in South Park.
Or anything else.
Right. Well, I mean, it could be lots of other things.
Oh, really?
Homemakers.
Yes.
They can.
Yes, they can
make
do that.
Babies.
Maids.
Right.
Waitresses.
No, but I think in general they do. They have it hard to kind of break the mold, and that's why there's so much hope riding on this movie, right? I mean, this movie. How many Eon Fluxes, Ghosts in the Shell?
Women are going to rise up, and they're going to, and they're going to be a significant part of whatever the future of the society is. And
our entire show is based on stealing South Park because that was the entire running theme of the last season. Was that women are eventually just going to use us to?
That's not what I said.
Well, you said they're going to rise up.
They're going to rise up. How is anybody getting used?
Oh, well, you didn't let me finish.
Huh?
You didn't let me finish.
Well, you didn't let me finish, so why should I let you finish?
I don't know.
I don't want to do this show anymore.
We're just going to go in circles this entire time.
I don't want to do this anymore.
That's it. Interns are fired.
We just got. I'm the one who messed up, and you fire the women.
Well, I guess
that's a microcosm of the entire situation right there. Excellent.
Well, ironically, they're actually making more money than both of us.
Yes,
we lose money every week.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually getting paid a very small amount to be here. So
yeah, there it is again.
We're progressive.
There it is.
We're a progressive unit. If I ever.
All I'm saying is that there was the same argument came up with Ghostbusters. Like, this movie has to be a hit, and it'll be proof that women can be in comedies and be the stars of their own movies. I think that's just going to happen anyway, because that's evolution.
Yeah,
putting all of that on a movie is kind of is ridiculous. You know, it's a lot of pressure to put on a movie. The movie is just a movie.
We were talking about this last week, and I think it's important to bring up again, and I think we can really go into detail here, right? I mean, in an age of unrealistic female projections in movies, right? We talked about this with Paul Jenkins. There's a new standard now for every female in a movie, right? And it's got to be no damsel in distress. Can't be that, right? All of them seem to be martial arts experts. I don't know how. I don't know why. They did a lot of training.
All women.
There was a lot of.
All women know karate.
Well, yes. Apparently, all women know karate.
All women I've known know karate.
They're all. You take Rey. We're taking Rey from Star Wars as our penultimate example. I mean, she doesn't even. She's 2 seconds in the movie and she knows
everything.
Force. Right.
Everything.
So, but that seems to be the new standard for how you project.
That's not. Yeah, that's a man's standard for how to apologetically project women. Though.
Okay. Is it though?
Yes.
Is it? So that's the feminist guilt.
A woman who wrote a story on her own would not make her female character, perfect.
Right.
Because
it's almost like tipping the scales.
90% of what being what they're fighting for is three-dimensionality.
Mm-hmm.
So if a woman is going to portray life, through the eyes of a woman,
sure,
or a superhero, a female superhero with a real life, she's gonna be three-dimensional. She's gonna have flaws. She's gonna have she's gonna make mistakes, stuff like that, and then she's just going to overcome all of those things.
Sure.
All right. So a man who's writing that, who is politically correct and worried about offending people and worried about which he's got the right to be concerned about those things because he'll be judged on those levels.
Sure.
So whatever his intentions are, he's going to make the character just perfect. He's just going to default to perfection.
Sure.
So that's what's going to happen.
Gene
with
Goldstein actually chimed in on the Facebook feed, and I like this because it's true. Didn't Hunger Games already prove women can make money? Hunger Games show that that it is possible. Okay, because I think there's a definitive double standard where if there's a female, there are so many female-driven action movies that bombed. Elektra, Catwoman. These.
But they still keep happening.
But not in the same frequency as what their male counterparts. I mean, you have Batman movies. You have 9 Batman movies. You have we're on our third Spider-Man now. Right?
Look at it in the reverse, and this is why I say that the idea of putting all this on Wonder Woman is ridiculous. If Wonder Woman flops, does that mean the women's movement is over?
Yes, it's over. That's it. Go home. It's done.
In your world, it is. In your dreams, right? Well, we're done with that woman thing.
I would not.
That was close. Trying to put my fedora on and get to work. Highball anyway.
Give me my briefcase. Suddenly like I'm a 1950s guy now.
Everybody's Mad Men. Yeah,
that was wonderful. I don't know why I talk like this now, but now that's happened. No, obviously, like the women's movement's not over. And
so women can't make movies ever again.
I think it would just.
It was just all it's going to do is tell the guys, tell the men who have the money that we can't make any money off of this.
Women don't have money?
No, they're not investing in movies.
That's actually
women
good
are doing better things with their money than investing in Hollywood movies.
Potentially worse things. I mean, have you seen some of the stuff that women invest their money in?
I'm not touching that.
Not good.
No,
you're on your
own.
You're not going there?
No, there's women right here, dude. They couldn't hear us.
They know it. They're like, damn. Come on, I've seen it.
Nah, man, you're going down on your own on this. Exactly. See?
What's that?
See?
What'd she say?
Nothing.
Very dark path. That's the name of our show. Like, that's exactly what we do. I mean, there's
we changed the name again. Darn it.
Well,
I never get the memos.
Forgotten Nights? Is that
what we are the Forgotten Nights.
No, Forever Nights? Is that what the show is?
Stop it. Keep going.
All right. Well, I was going to say, though, in an age where that's the standard for women,
in a world where women are oppressed.
No.
I'm doing the movie guy. Never mind. No. Yes.
I tell my son.
I don't know what you're doing.
Good. No.
I'm not your son.
Maybe this movie doesn't happen without those portrayals. And if there's ever a visualization of what the quote unquote ultimate woman should be, this is it, right? I mean, Wonder Woman is a god, right? I mean, you can't I don't look at Wonder Woman as a symbol for the feminist movement at all. I see just this character that possesses all these traits and possesses all of these abilities, right? That's what I see.
Who happens to be a woman.
Who happens to be a woman, right. I don't see it as like an attempt to...
So then why is everything riding on this?
But that's the thing that's so interesting about it, right? I think that people have now hoisted their own expectations and their own hopes and everything.
And they shouldn't do that because it's a movie.
But they can't help it. Can't help their feelings.
Then they're idiots. And we're done.
Just alienated all of our audience.
They'll be back.
Gene Goldstein, if Wonder
Woman idiots.
Flops,
they'll be back.
DC is over more than the women's movement. That's another great point now too. So can we all? So Ari, I'm going to quote.
Fine. Those movies make a ton of money. Those movies make a lot of money. They keep losing the court of public opinion. Right,
but that's affecting a brand.
But the court of public opinion is often debunked because it's about 4 or 5 years from now, everybody will be like, "Well, we were judging that too harshly. These movies there's a referendum on the original way these things are viewed." Court of public opinion is never a fair court.
No, but it does impact the brand, right? I mean, at the end of the day,
it can.
If you were going to see, I'm going to use the baseball analogy, right? And if baseball does not invest in young talent, which they are now, and they're seeing a bump from it, and people are not happy with the product on the field, eventually there's going to be an expectation that this is not worth my dollar.
There's going to be insults and there's going to be a ribbing, but until money is lost, nothing is going to happen.
But I think money has.
So as long as the baseball players are still winning games and then they're packing the stadiums, no one's going to do it.
But that's the thing. I think eventually they're going to lead to people not packing the stadiums.
But that hasn't happened yet. They're always threatening that, but that hasn't happened yet.
It's great that you brought up expectations as well too, right?
I don't remember bringing.
You sort of did. You sort of did though. Like if they don't match.
You're implying that I brought up.
Yeah, I am implying. There's no question.
Well, that's not fair because then you could just imply anything.
What's the Ari Gold quote? Expectations. You beat them by $1. Life is great. Get under by $1. Put a gun in your mouth and make sure I'm standing behind you.
It's not even like you have that off the top of your head.
No, I had to really think to so I was like, let me just read it. It's just a better quote.
That genius is debunked now. I don't know why I'm here.
I don't think there was ever a moment anyone thought
I have occasionally flirted with it. Yeah, once or twice,
man,
when I was a little drunk and I hit my head. I was like, that Mike, he's got it going on. And then I
you actually use those words?
Probably because I was drunk and I hit my head really hard.
Yeah.
Fell on a flight of steps.
When we come back, we've got our guest,
done again?
Sarah Walton. She's a women's business coach. She's going to give us the female perspective.
She's going to explain the whole female thing to you. You need it.
So you're saying that I have no conception of the female thing. By you even uttering those words, the female thing, it's obvious.
But I'm all right. I'm allowed to do that.
Damn it. Can never get the last word in. When we come back.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
If you have an interest in marijuana, you want to know about marijuana, law, policy, and culture, then feel free to join me, Joseph A. Bondi, every Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning on my show In the Know 420 on TalkingAlternative.com.
Legalize the herb to continue to resist the passage of this necessary legislation. Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of The Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
Then you have come to the right place because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on The Rob and Callie Show Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
The superpower you wish you had?
Teleportation.
Ooh. There you go.
I always go flight. I'm always like, I want to fly.
You teleport. You don't need to fly.
Right.
You never be late for work.
That's what you would do. This is why you're the co-host of a middling podcast, because you don't dream big enough.
Because I can't teleport. If I could teleport, you think I would be sitting here right now?
You'd be on time.
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, talkradio.nyc. We're also streaming live on Facebook, facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. I want to welcome my next guest. She is a business mentor for women. I mean, we honestly, sometimes we come together with some synergy and some planning and thought, and we thought, hey, Wonder Woman movie, Who better to talk about?
We call those happy accidents.
Yeah. I want to welcome Sarah Walton. She's a business mentor for women, specifically in the corporate world, who want to climb higher. Sarah, we have two wonderful interns here that you could mentor and negotiate, and they could take over the show. And
they're pretty much running this place already. I don't think
really that quickly. Like
yeah,
they just started.
Trust me.
They're very bright people, but you know.
The interns always run everything. It's just one of those things. It's just the truth. No.
This is very, very true. So welcome to the show. I'm really happy. I'm really excited to have you on here.
I'm happy to be here. You guys were having quite the lively discussion with yourselves earlier.
That's all we end up doing.
We just talk
with no
to
one
ourselves.
else. With no one
no
else.
one's listening.
no one's listening. That's what actually gives us the freedom to just talk, because we know no one's listening. So this is really good. No, we're very popular. I don't know what you're talking about. So
huge.
I want to talk about some of the things. Well, let's first go back to the controversy with the women's only screening in the at the Alamo Draft House. Is this a case of I see both sides? Oh, just shut up. You know, what do we got here?
No, we never want to shut up, especially right now. I think everybody is so sensitive about every single conversation that could possibly be had about anything from every angle, right? So I think this is a really interesting thing. And some of the comments I've been reading about people saying, listen, if I think it was someone said something like, if this was a Thor movie and they only let men in, there'd be an uproar. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it, and like, you got to let some of them go. It's really okay. And when women come together, we have a really good time. And I kind of feel bad for guys about this, because you guys pretty much have golf as the only excuse to just hang out with each other and do nothing but not get drunk.
It is a great
We have a lot of other things, and I think this movie is kind of one of those excuses. And I think it's really cool that they created this environment where, one, they brought up the topic, which is good, because anytime we can get each other talking, I think that's a positive. And the other, I think it's going to be a really cool experience for a lot of these women to go out and just hang out with each other and see someone who's really powerful in this role, who happens to be gorgeous, too, and just have fun with it. I think we need to lighten up just a little bit.
I think that's a great point, too, and I actually think kind of juxtaposing the point that we were making, too. I mean, I think if there's ever a movie where this is okay, where it doesn't have to be a statement of any kind. It's this, right? I mean, Wonder Woman is, she's just iconic, right? I mean, this is not a character that was created, 5-10 years ago, feeding off of our political views of the moment. I mean, she's been around. She's been established. I love anything that's established that far in the past, because I feel like it's free of any tainting of the way we look at things today. And I think this is a good example of that.
I absolutely agree with you, and I think the timing of the launch, being that it's such a concrete foundational story, right, inside of all these comics, she's been around forever. The timing of the release, given our social conversations right now, is going to cause some sort of stir like this, and so I do find that just interesting, and it's going to be fun for us, or educational for us, if we choose for it to be, to watch the response and the results for this movie. It's getting great reviews already. So, it's going to be interesting to see what it does to our social conversation.
So it's funny, too, because now, according to a Fandango survey, this is the most anticipated film this summer. It actually is beating out Spider-Man, which is kind of expected, I think, because this is the 9th Spider-Man movie. But
I think we're Spider-Man'd out.
I think we're Spider-Man out on a lot of things. But let's say this movie doesn't do as well as we'd hope, or is there too much pressure? I guess that's the question I would have for you. Is there too much pressure on this movie because people are using it to speak to this larger statement?
I think
they're using it as a political statement, perhaps. But I think we run that risk with everything these days, right? I feel like everything's overblown and everybody's disappointed. No one can be pleased, right? So I think no matter what, we're going to run up against that a little bit. I'm really happy that it's getting great critical reviews at the moment. We'll see how the public responds to that, because, we all know those don't always go hand in hand. But I think it's got a good shot of doing really well. And the way they've created the buzz around it, I think, was brilliant. Just from a business perspective, I think that was so smart that again, the timing is beautiful, that they took this beautiful, iconic character, that they're doing all these things with it, that they're causing a stir on purpose. I mean, they're not messing around, and it's getting great critical reviews. So is there too much pressure? Perhaps, but I don't see a crack yet, right? Like, if they had done all this great publicity and they'd done this great marketing and we have this beautiful, iconic figure, and the critics were like, are you kidding? This is awful, right? Yeah. Then I could see a crack in the armor, no pun intended. But we don't see that
see what
right
you did there?
I did. You see how I did that? See that?
So one of the things that you do is you talk to groups of women. You talk about the wage gap, and that's something that has been kind of addressed in Hollywood too. Is the 70 cents on the dollar? But you see a lot of male actors now coming to the defense of female actors and saying, this is not right and we should be doing something. Are you seeing, what's the state of the movement, or what is the state of that particular movement? And I'm very curious to hear from you, because I have no idea.
Yeah. No, it's such a great question, and I'm glad you're asking it. And I would love to know the dollars and cents behind this movie, quite frankly. I was actually trying to look it up before I came on today. Like, how much did she get paid? How much have the other, blockbuster stars been paid? And I actually can't find those numbers, which I find really interesting, given, what we've heard about Jennifer Lawrence recently, like all this stuff coming out.
I don't think, I think Gal Gadot is just an intern. I think they just, that's it. They just got her right off the,
She's just super, super beautiful and really talented.
She's just like an intern.
Yeah, their defense will be that she's not an established action star.
Sure.
So that's why whatever she's getting paid is significantly less than obviously like Cavill, Henry Cavill, and definitely less than what Ben Affleck is making.
I mean, now they can't make the argument because of Batman v Superman. I mean, she was the bright spot of that movie.
She was a bright spot of the movie, but she doesn't have a storied history of being an action hero like Scarlett Johansson would.
Okay.
And so so the argument about her that when it turns out that Scarlett Johansson is making way less than, like, say, Chris Evans, there's no argument, there's no excuse. But
Got it. I think that's accurate, and you have to be careful, right? Because it's not always apples to apples, and just like, oh, here's the dollar. Now, that's beautiful, lovely Hollywood, right? Where all the salaries are usually published.
Liberal
and everybody's
Hollywood.
Happy. Yes, exactly. Yeah, where it's like, issues like this come up. You can call them liberal, you can call them whatever the hell you want to call them. The fact is, someone does the work, they should get paid, right? So where do we stand in this movement? It's not looking great, to be totally honest. It's actually 77 cents on the dollar, and that has changed, a whopping 3 cents in 35 years. That's not a good ratio, and I think it's a couple of things that need to happen. One, the reason I talk about Jennifer Lawrence is I think what she did was so brilliant that she didn't come out and bash people and be obnoxious. She said, "Look, I did this. I was scared of looking obnoxious. I was scared of doing this or that, and shame on them for offering her so much less." Right. So, I think we've got a bit of work to do on both sides of the table, and that goes right into corporate, and it goes into the entrepreneurs that I help as well, who aren't charging enough for their services. And there's some sort of thing that I think happens between men and women, and I have 5 brothers, and I'm a huge tomboy, and I love the men. There's none of that. It's but it is interesting to see how differently we're raised.
Sure.
And Sheryl Sandberg, I don't like Lean In. There's a lot about Lean In I don't like, and there's a lot in that book that's great. And one of the things she talks about is, for example, if there's 10 qualifications listed for a job, if a man has 2 out of the 10, he'll apply. If a woman has 8 out of the 10, she won't apply because she feels she's not qualified. And there's something going on there that is just so fascinating to me, that men have that confidence and that willingness to jump and women don't. And so I think like I said, there's work to be done on both sides of this table.
Men are delusional. That's what that really is.
Yes.
We're all raised on Han Solo.
That's definitely part of it, yes. Exactly. As much as I love my brothers, I can say I definitely saw that growing up, you know what I mean? But I think women are also too self-effacing, and we don't have the confidence. It's just not instilled the same way, which is why movies like this are awesome. I mean, I'm taking my daughter to see it.
That's a great segue too, because I think the big thing is this has the feeling of more than just a movie, though. I mean, this has like a cultural awakening kind of feeling.
How they're going to get away with this is going to be really simple. She's outside of the society, right? So what she's going to do is she's going to come in and she's going to find all these like kind of social mores and restrictions, and she's going to find them ridiculous we're going to be able to digest it as men because she's an Amazon. She's outside of society. Well, if we were watching it and Wonder Woman was raised, say, like in Newark, right, and she just decided that she was a god and that we'd be up in arms about it because we couldn't. It
wouldn't fly. No pun intended again. I mean, but it
wouldn't.
We couldn't handle it, and I think that says a lot about us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I really do. I think it does about what we think is possible. What we think is possible for women. What we see is possible is the role of women, and who gets to say what social norms are bizarre and which ones aren't.
But there's a great saying that we have in our networking groups for entrepreneurs. Though it's like people. It's actually not just for entrepreneurs. It's everything. People like to buy. They don't like to be sold. So when you can actually have an outsider perspective, like you said, Hassan, and have Wonder Woman kind of, we're buying the concept of, oh, hey, that is kind of crazy, and hey, that is kind of great. It's not like the heroes up there and just being like, sell, sell, sell. Here's what you should be doing. Here's how it should be done, or whatever the case is. I think there's a certain level of that.
I think that's a great point. I think, but that also speaks to confidence.
I like our guest. She just compliments us. She makes us feel really good.
She agrees with me.
We just keep ripping each other. We're like, you're horrible. That's terrible. Did you do no preparation? And you're just like, oh, you guys are great.
Well, yes, you are. And I think there's really something to that, because it just goes right back to confidence, right? People who, in the entrepreneurial group, I think that's so interesting. Of course, nobody likes to be sold to, because here's the thing about people who sell like that, right? When they're or come on, I'm so great. Come on. It's just, first of all, it feels weird because who does that? And secondly, to do that, it means you have a lack of confidence.
Right.
There's a big difference between just going to lunch with somebody or grabbing coffee and being like, no, this is what I do, and I really love it, and I feel lucky to be able to do it, and the results have been awesome. So what do? You do that, and everybody wants to work with you. It's like that. It's the same thing that's going on with this movie. She's not going, oh, please like me. Do you think I'm pretty? Like, there's none of that, right? Like, are you going to call me tomorrow? It's like, don't call me. I don't give a rat's ass. And everybody's like, ooh, can I call her? It's that same, it's the same vibe. It's all about confidence, and it's all about understanding your role inside the situation.
But they're already doing. They have scenes where they're juxtaposed with Chris Pine's secretary or whatever she's supposed to be, and she's the woman's telling her all the things that she can and can't do as in parts of society, and then you have Diana just looking at her like she's crazy. And that's kind of how that's how they're going to sell it to us, to men. That's how they're going to be able to get us to digest that, and there's probably going to be a lot of that.
And I don't think they're just selling that to you.
Well, yeah.
Right? There are a lot of women who are still, and obviously I'm a huge fan of women too, but there's a lot of women too who've bought into this idea that we have to be cute. And when someone says, oh, you're so passionate, that's not a compliment when they say that in a work situation. They're being demeaning, and they're undermining your work. And I think, drawing that juxtaposition in the movie is brilliant, because I hope it has women who've thought that that's how they're going to succeed, and thought that that's what matters, and think that that's how women are accepted in society, are going to see actually that's insanity. And sometimes, what I love what you guys are saying about the outsider's view and the outsider's role, to come in as the outsider and be like, what the hell are you doing here? I mean, I think that's just invaluable to the conversation, especially given our current social climate.
Yeah, and I think this particular character, again, is a great representation for that, to actually get that message across, because I think it'd be very easy for the male society to just digest that this is an iconic woman character, as opposed to, and we were talking about Rey from Star Wars, from the episode 7, where, you had a lot of people sit there and say, this has become the standard way to display women, which is just, well, they're instantly, it's already, it went from one end of the spectrum of women are weak and helpless and need to be rescued to women are all great at everything now and don't need to be rescued, and there's no vulnerability and there's no nothing, and that's the kind of, I think this is the finally the happy balance to all that, because this character, I mean, is just beyond all of that political alignment, I guess, is the best way that I can phrase that in this particular sentence.
That's interesting. No, but I'm glad you brought up Star Wars, because, I obviously grew up with my brothers dragging me to Star Wars over and over and over. I have so many of the scenes memorized. But I think Princess Leia actually drew that balance very well, too.
Yeah.
Because she was beautiful and vulnerable and sexy and pretty, and she'd kick your ass.
Yep.
It was like,
in a minute,
she took on the man, right? I mean, and she knew how to make men jealous at the same time, and she owned all of it. And I think that, at least for me in my childhood, that was the first time I saw that balance.
Absolutely.
Of true strength, but beauty at the same time.
Sarah, tell our audience, where they can find you and what you're up to next.
Sure enough. So you can see my work mostly on sarahwalton.com, and that's Sarah with an H. And for those of you that are old enough, it's Walton like the family on TV. Those of you that aren't, it's like Walmart, Walton. So sarahwalton.com. And this next month I'm actually launching a money course for women, where I talk about our relationship to money. I take really deep dives into negotiations and into budgets, into charging what we're worth and asking for raises, and investigating the invisible. And by the invisible, I mean all the things society tells us without ever actually explicitly telling us. Things like, you're so cute and aren't you delicious, and that's very nice, and shut up and sit down. All those things, all those messages we get throughout the year. So we really do a deep dive into that, how we can break those habits and how we can redesign how we interact with money, given that it's the most powerful tool we have access to today. Like it or lump it, that kind of is a fact. Going back to, by the way, the discussion you guys had about, is this, how many more blockbuster comic movies do we have? And as long as there's money to be made, they will keep being made.
Topic of another discussion for sure. Sarah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on, and thank you for all the insight that you've provided to us tonight.
You bet. Thanks so much for having me, guys. Can't wait to see how this goes.
All right. When we come back, put the interns on the microphone. See what they have to say. When we come back.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
Hello, this is Mark Torres.
And Pronto Comics own Dominic Sperano.
And listen to our show, It Came From the Radio, right here on talkradio.nyc, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about entertainment, movies,
comic books, and other news.
So make sure you check us out. That's right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday, talkradio.nyc.
TalkingAlternative.com.
Can a man actually get up with any kind of macho manliness and say Twilight was a good film franchise and or movie? That's like the guy wearing the pink shirt, right? Like he feels completely confident.
But men can rock pink.
Wait!
Sam the engineer is wearing pink. Right.
I just pulled a Hassan.
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. I want to thank my guest, Sarah Walton. She was fantastic, giving us a good perspective from a female point of view, which is always welcome. So we have two female interns. We have Trista and we have Dari.
Hi.
There you go. You got to get close to the mic. Get close to the mic. Well, and that you brought the microphone closer, and then you lowered your voice.
Hello, everyone.
There you go.
There you
go. Trista, you can say hi as well,
too.
Project. So
what's up?
You two are two young female college students working in working towards a degree in the business world. What's your take on the Wonder Woman movie, or on what we talked about tonight? I guess.
I think we should just let her be. Just let her be. I feel like everyone's just gassing up the whole movie and the whole feminist movement. I think it's just a movie. There aren't a lot of female characters that are portrayed in movies. It's all just men. You see Batman, you see Spider-Man. No one's really advertising or advocating for women superheroes, and I feel like it's a great thing for it to be the first time.
Trista?
I don't think that the Wonder Woman movie, to me, has no ties with the feminist movement. I mean, I could see where people want to make the connection, but to me, I don't see it.
You don't see it?
Not at all.
I think that's kind of what I said earlier.
That's what I was saying, too.
No, not what you were saying at all.
Oh, no, I was saying the exact opposite.
The exact opposite.
They're both fired.
Well done. No,
all right.
Well, then we just proved that point, too. Yep. Wait, you're speaking out.
I'm the man.
Out. These girls are uppity.
We're so going to get sued. This was such a mistake. Oh, good God. Thank you, ladies. They will be here all summer. They'll be doing a lot of great things for us.
Unfortunately for them, they're going to be here.
They willingly accepted this job here. See?
Yeah.
So this was.
Yeah.
I might have sold
Attitudes
it. I might
change,
have sold it.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Opinions change.
Yeah. Yeah.
They willfully come in and then they can willfully go out, and I think that's what we might see.
So we've done a lot of Wonder Woman tonight. And we're going to move on. Yeah, see what I did there? Yeah, see that? Yeah. We've
unlike you, I'm leaving it alone because
tackled.
I'm not
because you're
attention whore.
Because you got afraid. You're afraid.
I'm afraid.
That's right.
I'm afraid to make fun of you. That's my whole job.
No.
Is to make fun of you.
No. You're just you're like you want to make sure there's no. You want to make sure that everyone comes after me. Which is good.
Yes.
I actually applaud that.
Yes.
I think that's the right way to do it.
So do I.
You're like the lovable.
We're in agreement.
You're the lovable guy that everyone's going to.
Well, not
be like,
lovable, but
like the lovable,
agreeable.
Yeah,
affable.
Oh,
I am affable.
Very good word. You know what else is a good word?
No.
Spinning the rack.
I hate this.
This is.
Spin the rack. Spin that rack.
We're going to re-record that.
We are going spinning the racks.
We're going to have the interns re-record that.
You can't beat that. We bring you the most fantastical pop culture news out there.
Fantastical.
Yeah, that's the best way I could put it.
Okay.
So, item number 1.
Is that like superifical?
Flash Gordon's Sam Jones and Incredible Hulk's Lou Ferrigno almost fight at London Comic-Con.
My money's on Flash.
Really?
Yeah.
Lou Ferrigno's still pretty big.
Lou Ferrigno's really big. He can't hear. He can hardly see, and he's kind of a jerk.
Actors Sam Jones. So,
and I know that from experience.
Yeah.
And everybody knows where my experience comes from.
So if I get Lou Ferrigno on as a guest,
you do that. I will tell him to his face he's a jerk on the phone.
On the phone.
Yes.
So what if I get him like in studio?
No.
Okay.
I'll be on the phone. I'll call in. And then tell him
that's where we draw the line.
You're a jerk.
Actor
Click.
Sam Jones, who played Flash Gordon in the 1980 film, and
though it was not his voice,
70s.
It was his face and not his voice.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
they
God.
dubbed his voice.
1970s TV Hulk Lou Ferrigno squared up as punters queued for autographs at a comic book convention. They were separated by a fan dressed as what's his face from Suicide Squad. Hang on. Oh, El Diablo from Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Darren Clements, who is 5'7".
He stepped in. El Diablo stepped in between.
Correct.
Flash Gordon.
Yes.
And the Hulk.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? He is the most hated man in fandom right now.
Is he?
Because everybody wanted to see that fight.
So he said there was a large crowd. I told them to act like adults and grow up as they were supposed to be there for the fans.
Yeah, he told Flash Gordon and the Hulk to act like adults.
Now, here's the thing. This is another quote. This is a quote direct from Darren Clements. I don't know if I was the real superhero. Because if there was a Clash of the Titans, I would have got squashed.
Why does he put himself in there?
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, he did. He's okay. So he's
really trying to.
He is the most hated man in fandom now, and his attitude is making it worse.
My money's on Lou Ferrigno, though. I mean, that guy.
You think so?
Yeah, he's still jacked up out of his mind.
No, Flash Gordon defeated Ming the Merciless. He defeated all of Mungo.
Yeah, but that's like fake.
He saved the Earth.
Actually happened.
All Lou Ferrigno did was ruin Bill Bixby's day every week for like 5 years.
Now,
That's all he did.
Brian Everham chimed in, and I agree with you because they had Lou on ESPN, and he said they were trying to break up a fight between fans, and that he and Jones
is that
have
what
been
Lou Ferrigno
friends
said
for 20 years. Yes.
Yeah, that's the typical
Hassan's
story of what Lou Ferrigno
He's not having it. And how did our Facebook feed turn into a prequel fight? By the way,
that was ask Brian. He's the one who brought it up.
What? How does this always go back to the prequels?
Because
those
nobody can
terrible
ever
prequels.
let you enjoy.
Are you guys Star Wars fans at all? Were you Star Wars fans? No, they're both shaking. Well, they have like lives and stuff, so it doesn't bode well. we should have gotten dull and boring interns that are not having fun in life to be here. And like Patrick was that
a number? Was that a number you could have dialed?
What do you mean?
You could have dialed for dull and boring or exciting.
I should have put that in the
you should have
exciting applicants.
You should have dialed the boring number instead of
exciting
dialing
applicants.
Exciting interns on the left.
Yeah.
Boring interns on the right.
Yeah.
And you went right.
Yeah. It's their fault. One other story that we want to get into, which is what you actually chimed in to me about. White genocide in space. Racist fans see the diversity in the new Star Trek series. Now, first of all, I love that the headline is racist fans. Like they've immediately coined them as racist fans, like no matter what. Like I feel like that's adding to the problem, right?
They hate the show,
right?
Because of non-white actresses.
No. Well, okay, wait. I mean, let's look at it. There's some of them that hate the show. because of non-white actresses.
Well,
but then there's others that are claiming the forced diversity in this particular instance.
Oh my God! What is forced diversity, though?
Forced diversity. Forced diversity is when diversity.
No. I understand what it is. What is the defining ideology behind forced diversity? Not the diversity in itself, but believing that it is forced.
Believing that it is forced is when you. We talked about this. You do the race swapping, right? You have the ethnic Mary Jane in the new Spider-Man movie. Some people see that. The Black Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movies. When you take characters that were at one point or another white and replace them with diverse characters in its place, it's seen as forced diversity because they're saying, hey, we're not meeting a certain quota, and we're going to use that term. That we need more diversity in this, and that's instead of it being a natural and organic thing, it becomes.
How could it be natural and organic? How is that possible when everything is planned? When everything is and any time that you have like an Egyptian god played by a Scottish guy, you got a director saying, "Well, I couldn't have, no one was going to pay for me to get an authentic Egyptian actor, so I had to go with the Scottish guy." How when you have a setup like that, how is it natural?
Yeah.
How is anything supposed to be
in this case,
natural?
though, I think in this particular
organic?
case, I think Star Trek is not going out there and saying like, "Hey, look, we have this diverse cast," because they've always had a diverse cast.
What's ridiculous about that is Star Trek was progressive before the progressive movement.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why
I love that you said that.
That's why these fans are called racist, because they don't even quantify the logic of their argument.
And we talked about this too at the beginning, right? Like, I love the fact that Wonder Woman was created before any of the polarized state that we're in right now, and that was not really good grammar at all. But that's okay. We'll let that flow. We'll let that
as good
fly.
as mine was a few seconds
Me
ago.
fail English? That's impossible. So I mean, you have like things like Wonder Woman. You have even shows like Quantum Leap. Very progressive in an age where there was no 24-hour news cycle. There was no, agendas. There was no forced diversity. There was no, racial politics. It was
forced
it
diversity.
was right because it was we never had mediums with which to put our
Well, yeah, there was.
Display.
I mean, until what is that? The message boards and stuff like that started to spring up with, and they started to spring up angry.
Yeah,
Harlan Ellison was complaining about them 25 years ago.
Sure,
about their it's just a battleground for angry, basement dwellers.
And now we have social media.
Yeah,
man, we got really deep tonight. I think this is.
Well, you did. I'm always.
We should, but I don't let you
join me.
Deep,
you join me on the.
I know
the
it's kind of a We should.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No,
you can. You need to leave.
That's it. Everyone's fired.
I got more love than either of you guys.
And rightfully so. I mean, if Dari was on Facebook, she would get some love as well too. So, But hey, we welcome our interns. Want to thank our guest Sarah Walton. Next week we get to be superficial again. We get to actually analyze the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah,
it's Super Bowl next week
if we see it.
And before we go,
I'm not going to go see it because there's a chick in it.
We're gonna. We also welcome Everclear's lead singer, Art Alexis. He's going to be on to talk about his favorite comic book movies, the 20th anniversary of Sparkle and Fade. And we'll edit out the part with Scarlett Johansson. See you guys next week.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Who do you want to connect with?
Are you an entrepreneur or intrapreneur looking to build your following?
Welcome to our show.
Follow Me Friday with Joan
and Priya.
Tune in every Friday at noon Eastern
on talkradio.nyc.
We're your digital connectors. Woo woo!
Hey, all you crazy listeners. Looking to boost your business? Why not advertise on Talking Alternative with very reasonable rates? Interested? Simply email at info@talkingalternative.com.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network at www.talkingalternative.com. Now, broadcasting 24 hours a day. Talking Alternative.
Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of The Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
Then you have come to the right place, because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on The Rob and Callie Show, Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant, and on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.